Hello and welcome to Arsenal Stage News, your daily destination of Gunners updates and transfer saga in and out Emirates. Here we go again. Arsenal's dramatic victory over Newcastle at St. James's Park was overshadowed by a major first-half controversy that left Mikel Arteta's side furious. The flashpoint came just 14 minutes into the match when a back pass from Jacob Murphy went astray, allowing Arsenal striker Victor Gyökeres to intercept and move around goalkeeper Nick Pope. As Gyökeres attempted to take the ball past the Newcastle keeper, Pope stretched to block and appeared to clip the forward after making the slightest contact with his toe. Referee Jared Gillett immediately pointed to the spot, awarding Arsenal a penalty. However, the decision did not stand for long. VAR official Darren England recommended a review, leading Gillett to the pitch-side monitor. After a lengthy check, the referee overturned his original call, ruling that Pope's touch on the ball was enough to cancel the foul. This reversal enraged the Arsenal bench and players. Arteta was seen shouting at fourth official Anthony Taylor, while Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice argued with the referee on the pitch. Speaking after the match, Arteta blasted the decision. "I watched it live and on the screen. For me, it's a penalty. It is not a clear and obvious error. VAR should not intervene," he said. Saka also voiced his frustration, saying, "If we have VAR, it's for clear and obvious errors, and the fact it took that long shows it wasn't." "I was speechless." Pundits were equally divided. Former striker Les Ferdinand argued that Pope's touch justified overturning the call, while Arsenal legend Thierry Henry claimed VAR robbed the Gunners of a fair outcome. Jamie Redknapp expressed surprise at the reversal, saying, "Even though Pope got a touch, he still fouled the player." "I was amazed it got overturned." Former Premier League referee Graham Scott sided with Arsenal, stating that VAR had made a mistake. According to Scott, the referee's initial decision should have stood because Pope's contact with the ball was minimal, and Gyökeres would have retained possession had he not been fouled. Scott added that the incident highlighted a gray area in football's laws, which do not clearly define how such challenges should be judged. Ultimately, the decision sparked fierce debate about the role of VAR and the principle of the referee's call. Many believe that since the challenge was subjective and could have gone either way, Gillett's original ruling should not have been changed. The episode once again raised concerns about VAR's consistency and its growing influence on pivotal Premier League moments. Thierry Henry has offered some sharp words of advice for Victor Gyökeres after the Arsenal striker missed a golden opportunity during the Champions League final league clash with Athletic Bilbao on Tuesday night. The Swedish forward, who inherited Henry's famous number 14 shirt at the Emirates, had the chance to put Arsenal ahead midway through the first half when he broke clear of the defense. However, rather than finishing with the clinical edge fans associate with Arsenal strikers of old, Gyökeres was forced wide and saw his shot saved comfortably by Athletic goalkeeper Unai Simon. Arsenal eventually went on to secure a 2-0 victory thanks to second-half goals from Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. But club legend Henry was left frustrated with Gyökeres' decision-making in the key moment. Speaking on American broadcaster CBS after the game, the Frenchman highlighted the difference between Gyökeres and Martinelli's sharpness in a similar situation later in the match. "I talked about Gyökeres and how, if you remember when I paused, Martinelli is ahead of the defenders and scored," Henry explained. "This is what I'm talking about, and he has to bring that to his game. There's no way right now that the defender should catch you." Henry, who built his reputation on ruthless finishing and intelligent movement, stressed that Gyökeres must learn to position himself better and execute earlier if he wants to thrive at the highest level. He added, "Obviously, he's going to be onside. What I'm trying to say is that the ball has to go here, across the defender." It was another quiet outing for Gyökeres, who has impressed in patches since joining Arsenal. Against Bilbao, he managed just 19 touches and completed 6 passes before being replaced by Trossard shortly after the hour mark. The Belgian substitute made an immediate impact, scoring Arsenal's second goal to secure the points. Gyökeres also registered 4 shots, though none seriously tested Simon. Meanwhile, Arsenal fans were encouraged not only by Martinelli and Trossard's contributions, but also by the assured defensive display of Christian Mosquera, who impressed on his Champions League debut. Jurriën Timber praised the young center-back's composure as the Gunners recorded another important European victory. For Henry, however, the spotlight remains on Gyökeres. The Arsenal icon's message was clear. Greater composure and sharper finishing are needed if the Swede is to live up to the weight of the number 14 shirt. Fabrizio Romano has provided a significant update on William Saliba's contract situation at Arsenal amid growing interest from Real Madrid, who see the Frenchman as the Bellingham of defenders. The 23-year-old has developed into one of the best center-backs in Europe since cementing his place in Mikel Arteta's starting quintettes. Alongside Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba has formed the backbone of Arsenal's title-challenging sides over the past 3 seasons. Even in his absence through injury, new signing Christian Mosquera has impressed. But Arteta recently confirmed Saliba is now fit and ready to return. Despite his current deal running until 2027, Arsenal are eager to tie him down on fresh terms much sooner. According to Romano, talks between Saliba's representatives and the club are progressing positively, with the Gunners making what he described as an important proposal in recent weeks. Romano explained on his YouTube channel that Arsenal are doing their absolute best to secure the defender's long-term future. Beyond financial incentives, the club want to convince Saliba of his leadership role within what Arteta views as a special and ambitious project. The Frenchman is being positioned as a cornerstone for the next phase of Arsenal's rise, with his influence stretching far beyond the pitch. However, Real Madrid's shadow looms large. The Spanish giants have been monitoring Saliba closely, seeing him as a generational talent who could anchor their backline for years to come. Romano stressed that Madrid regards Saliba as the defensive equivalent of Jude Bellingham, young, elite, and with the potential to dominate the game at the very highest level. At present, Madrid can only watch from a distance, with Arsenal holding the initiative in negotiations. But should talks stall, the La Liga side are ready to pounce. The message from Romano is clear. Either Saliba extends soon, or Madrid will intensify their interest. For Arsenal, securing Saliba's future represents one of the most crucial tasks on their agenda. Victor Gyökeres makes 3-word promise that delights Arsenal fans. Arsenal bounced back to winning ways at the Emirates with a convincing 3-0 victory over Nottingham Forest, and once again, Victor Gyökeres was at the heart of the action. The Swedish forward continued his excellent start to life in North London, finding the net to seal a result that keeps Mikel Arteta's side at the sharp end of the Premier League table. Gyökeres, who arrived in the summer with plenty of expectation, has not taken long to show Arsenal fans why the club invested in him. His strike against Forest was his 3rd of the season, underlining both his consistency and composure in front of goal. The finish, which came after superb link-up play with fellow new arrival Ebre Ease, showcased the kind of attacking combinations Arsenal supporters have been hoping for. Speaking after the game, Gyökeres made a 3-word pledge that will excite Arsenal fans. Best is coming. Despite his promising start, the 27-year-old insists that there is more to come from him as he settles into Arteta's system. You want to perform and show that you deserve to be on the pitch, Gyökeres explained. Of course, there's pressure when you join a very big club, but it's about focusing on the football and giving your best every time. His hunger and determination have quickly turned him from a player facing criticism after his debut against Manchester United into one of Arsenal's most important attacking outlets. The forward's sharp movement, strength inside the box, and eye for goal have already given the Gunners an extra dimension in attack. The win over Forest not only restored confidence after recent setbacks, but also briefly lifted Arsenal back to the top of the league before Liverpool's late penalty saw them maintain their unbeaten run. For Arteta, the sight of Gyökeres and Eze combining so effectively will be particularly encouraging as Arsenal look to compete on multiple fronts this season. Attention now turns to Europe, where Arsenal will kick off their Champions League campaign against Athletic Club. After reaching the semi-finals last season, the Gunners are eager to go one better this time around. Gyökeres, for his part, is relishing the challenge. It's tough, a lot of top teams in a short period, but we have to be ready. 2 fun games ahead. For Arsenal fans, his words are as welcome as his goals, proof that their new striker believes the best is yet to come.